Hi, this is Vishan Borich from Team Tough, and today we're going to be discussing how to respond to haters. Now, some of you may not know exactly what a hater is. A hater is someone that responds in a negative way to something that you've posted. So it could be something that an email, they may send you a hurtful or hateful email. It could be a Facebook post. Maybe they post a comment in there that's negative. It could be on a video comment or blog comment, or it actually could even be in person, although that seems to be a little more rare since we're in an online world. I will tell you that a person who comes from that mindset of spitting out hate, typically it comes from a number of places. Number one, it comes from fear, a place of fear. Secondly, it comes from a lack of knowledge and understanding on what you're doing. The other thing it comes from is a place of low self-esteem and self-confidence. And it may come from all of the above. It may even just be a simple misunderstanding in what they're seeing and what you're doing. So the thing that you need to realize is that that hate that's coming out at you is not you. It's not your fault, okay? If you are doing things on the up and up, which all of us should be, if you're in the online world, you should be doing things in a positive way, speaking honesty and truth and friendship and light in everything that you do. And if you're not doing that, then you should be. And that's probably what's going to cause the hate. However, I found that the more people start to get to know you and see your success, the more hate that comes your way. It's just the fact of nature. It's haters are going to hate, right? They're going to come at you with their venom because they want what you have. I mean, really, that's the truth of it. They want what you have. They can't get over the hump of realizing that they can have it too. So what do you do? What do you do when you receive these hurtful comments or hateful comments that come to you? Well, the number one recommendation that you should do is to not respond at all. I'm serious. Because when you respond, what happens is it adds fuel to their fire. They're already in a painful place. And by you adding that comment, no matter how you word it, it gets them more riled up and they're going to just continue to spew more hate and venom. So best thing is to not respond at all. The second thing is, let's say that it's extremely hateful and it's something that you really don't want your audience seeing. Then in those cases, I would remove the comment. I would block that person, especially if they're like on Facebook, just block them, which basically removes them from seeing anything that you post in the future. And you might even, consider reporting them if it's extremely hateful. Okay, so that's the second thing that you can do, and you may do a combination of both. Number one, not responding, and then number two, blocking them. Okay. Now, the third thing is something that I only do on occasion, and I want to throw it out there with caution, and that is if somebody posts something that is borderline hateful. In other words, maybe they have a misunderstanding, or perhaps they have had a bad experience in the past with somebody else, and so they're skeptical of what you're talking about. If I can sense that in their comment, I might respond after all. Now, when you respond to those types of borderline criticisms, you have to do it very carefully, okay? First of all, you need to come from a place of positivity and love and friendship. If you let your emotions get involved when you respond and you respond back in a negative way, it's just going to fuel the fire. So you don't want to do that. So my general policy, if I do respond, is number one, I want to respond in a positive way. I want to respond in a way that educates and generates understanding. And I want to compliment them in some way. And that way I'm staying on the positive with them. So here's an example. Let's say that you had somebody that sent you a message and it said, is this a scam? Or I believe that, what you have is a scam. Well, I may actually respond to that. And what I would do is I would respond in this way. And this is just kind of off the cuff. So I would say, first of all, thank you for, engaging me in communication, or thank you for taking time to comment. That way I'm giving them a compliment first because they are reaching out to you. They aren't just being silent about it. Then second thing I would say is, I would try to get on their same level and say, I used to be skeptical at first too. So now, you're on the same page as them. Then you follow up with that with, however, I found that this is a legitimate opportunity that is fully in compliance with the FTC, which we are in our business. And then I would say, this business, or let's back up. I might say, I understand that this business isn't for everyone, and it may not be a good fit for you. However, many of my students and I have found success in this business. And then I would close with that. So you've left it open, you gave them a compliment, you educated them and created understanding, and you've left the ball in their court. And by saying that you understand the business isn't for them, you've left it open for them to make the decision. You're not trying to force them to believe what you believe. You are just saying that, it's open for them to think about. So that's just one example of how I might respond to somebody that's, borderline hateful or borderline negative. It's not really hateful if it's borderline. And sometimes you'll find that those people will come around. They just wanted to see if you would even respond in that instant. Now, if they come around with an even more negative response, at that point I would go back to my plan A and B, which is, blocking them and not responding again. All right, so I want to leave with one more thing, and that is you need to understand the difference between a negative comment and a threat. Sometimes you get some very, very angry people out there. You never know who you're going to run in contact with. And when they make a comment or make a statement in writing that is more than just negativity, but actually is a threat to you, your business, your family, or any of the above, then you definitely need to report that. So don't just ignore that. If something like that happens, you need to report them. There's many ways. Report them to authorities, whatever. Now, it's very rare. I've only had one instance of that in my lifetime, and this was just, crazy person, I think. But I reported them, and it was taken care of. So, make sure that you're careful. I believe in, staying positive. Don't go talking back to them in a negative way, even though sometimes it can get you kind of riled up. It's never good to speak to someone the same way that they've spoken to you if they're coming from a negative place. It's going to sap your energy away, and it's going to take you down to a lower level than you need to be. You always want to focus on becoming your best version of yourself. So continue to do that. Make it a positive experience for all. And remember, haters are gonna hate. With that, you can visit me and learn more about Vishan Boric, that's me, at fearlessfreedom.info, and you'll see the link right here or in the description below. Talk to you soon.